Welcome back to another game of
Solo Hammer. Yeah, I don't know either. In today's little game, we have Orkz versus Eldar. And no, I still don't know how to play this army. For the Orkz, we have one war boss. He has the Slugga, Choppa, and the boss pole, which I don't think will be much useful in this game. But then we have one unit of boys with Shootas and one with Sluggas and Choppas. As for the Eldar, which I'm still trying to figure out, we have a Farseer. He has the Seeing Spear, and he'll be using the Eldritch Storm psychic power. We have some Dire Avengers. They have Shuriken Catapults. And we have the Wraith Lord, which has his two, what are they called? Dreadnought close combat weapons. So he gets 10 strength while in close combat. He has a star cannon and 2 flamers. Yeah. He's gonna wreck most of the stuff. This is about less than 300 point battle, so let's get started. Alright, Orcs are gonna be blue, Eldar is gonna be white. Who goes first? Eldar go first. Alright, time to move up our 6 inches as Aura is within reason. Alright, everybody's moved up nicely, and we're going to form a bit of a firing line. The Dire Avengers are going to be doing shooting first. They have, so the special rule is fleet of foot, which means they move an extra, like, d6, but I kind of want to see if I can just spray and pray. So, Dire Avengers. Alright, so they're going to be firing into the Shooter boys, or not Shooter, Slugga boys. It's Assault 2, so it's 2 shots, hitting on 3s. Don't move. Not bad. Strength 4 against toughness 4, so force to wound. Good move. And 3 boys have 6 up save. Okay, 2 more die. So, the Eldar Wraith Lord has a very fun set of rules. So it has implaceable advance. Wraith Lord is a towering construct capable of laying down a curtain of firepower as it advances into combat. It can shoot up to 2 weapons if it moves, and all of its weapons have remained stationary. 2 weapons. And this thing comes with, where does it say? Each fist also incorporates a flamer or a shuriken catapult. Well, I just put a flamer, so this thing's gonna fire 2 flamers into that unit. So the first one's gonna go there, and the second one's gonna go there. Alright, it's assault. No, it's strength 4 against toughness 4, so it's gonna be forced to wound. But it'll make the hit, so that's nice. It's also AP 5, so they won't be able to get their save, but what's the roll? 4, yeah, forced to wound. 4 wounds. And no save. Alright. 4 orc lads are just burned to a green crispness. The Warlock is going to use his ability, which is Eldritch Storm, which I had to find a completely different PDF for. Basically, you have to place a large Ordnance Blast template off of the enemy, and then they take a Strength 3 hit with no AP value, and they have to take a pinning test, which is fun. And so I put it on top of the Warlord. Yeah, that's still getting both the other units, which means both those units will have to take pinning test. Alright, so strength 3 against us 4, so 5's to wound. No wounds, but still gotta take a ping test. Alright, so we gotta roll less than 7 for a pinning test for the Warlord? No, 9. Easy. Warlord's fine. This unit, boys, less than 7. That's 7, that still passes, that's not above it. And that unit, that one's pinned. That's not good. If you are pinned, you may not move, shoot, or assault in the following turn, so it's not going to be able to do anything. Which is going to suck even more, because it has to take another leadership test, because now that the shooting phase is over, it needs to account for the fact that it's taking casualties. And yes, I know this is barrage pinning and not actual pinning, but it's basically the same exact rule. This unit will take a leadership check, because it's lost more than 25% of its unit during the shooting phase. 7, they're fine. And these guys will do the same because they also lost at least 25% of their units, I believe. Yeah, 2 out of 10. I think that's 3 numbers. They don't have to take the test. that will end the first round of Eldar turn 1. Time for Orkz turn 1. Immediately, the war boss commands his orcs to charge into the Dire Avengers. You know, they're going to shoot first, of course, but yeah. Lovely. And the rest of them are just going to push forward as well. These boys are going to fire their sluggas into the Dire Avengers. The orcs only have Blitz skill 5. No, Blitz skill 2. If they have 5s, they would be shooting way better. They only have Blitz skill 2, so they're hitting on 5s. Lovely. Not a single one of those hit. Yikes. The war boss will fire his slugga into the Farseer. Hitting on 5s. Nothing. These boys are going to fire their shooters into the Wraithlord, hitting on 5. That's better. And then Strength 4 gets up to 8, so 6s. Ooh, 1. The Wraithlord has a 3 save. He's fine. Alright, these orcs are going to charge into the Dire Avengers. And these orcs are going to charge into the Dreadnought. The Wraithlord. And the Warlord can't actually get into combat just yet. So, let's start with this mess. Dire Avengers will be going first. A weapon skill 4 against weapon skill 4, so 4 is to hit. That's perfect. Now, they are technically weaker. They have a 3-up strength against the 4-up toughness, so it's going to be 5s to wound. Oh, not a single one. Ugh. Now, the boys are going to hit back, and they're going to hit back hard, because they have 2 attacks base, plus 1 for the charge. There's like 8 of them. So it's 8 times 3. 24 attacks, hitting on 4s. A lot of 1s, not... there. And then strength 4 against toughness 3, so 3 is 2 wound. That's a fair amount of wounds. Alright, it is a 4-up save out of 9 dice. Ooh. Yeah, 4 did not survive that onrush. 4 Dire Avengers taking on the first orc turn, and yeah, he's gonna need to take a test. He's outnumbered 4-1, so it's -4 to leadership test, and he has leadership 9, so 5 or lower on 2 dice. He's gone. How far is he running? He's off the table. Yeah, he's gone. The boys are consolidated just a bit so that in their next turn they may be able to charge the Farseer. But let's get into this combat where the Wraithlord will be going. Let me see, the initiative of the Wraithlord is 4. And the boys have initiative 2. Alright. Alright, so it's going to be 3 attacks, hitting on 4s. Alright, not bad. And then strength 10 against toughness. Actually, no. Yeah, strength 10 in close combat against toughness 4. So it's wounding on 2s, instant death. Yeah. 2 orcs are just destroyed. The orcs are going to attack back, hitting on 4s. Okay. Yeah, 6 is to wound. Nothing. Also, I was checking this. There are certain, like, rates in which you cannot hit. Like, they were able... Wait. They can't even hit it at strength 4. Which is toughness 8. Why are they in combat? Well, at the... hold on. I think they need to take a leadership check because they're below half strength. Yeah. So it's -1 from 7, so 6 on 2 dice. That's way more than 6. They are running how far? 12 inches. Does that get them off the table? Yeah, 10 inches got them off the table. They're gone. At the ending of Ork's turn 1, they were able to get 1 point for destroying the unit of Dire Avengers, and the Eldar got 1 point for destroying an entire unit of boys. Alright, let's get ready for Eldar turn 2. I made a mistake. That unit was pinned. They didn't die. Orcs are winning by 1. I wasn't paying attention.
Danny, you're stupid. I won and you're a cheater.
We're gonna go to Eldar turn 2. We're a bit outnumbered. Movement phase. The Farseer is gonna move back. Now, they say that this guy the Wraith Lord, has multiple weapons it can fire on its turn. My question is, does it have to be the same unit? Let me double check that. So it says if it stays still, it can move all of its weapons. But it didn't say it can fire where. So we're going to have fun with this rule. And since I'm too lazy to go look up if I can rules lord this, I'm going to fire in every single direction with the Wraith Lord. With all of its weapons. Since it hasn't moved. Alright, first, the Flamers. Into these two units. The first Flamer hitting 4 guys in that unit. The second Flamer hitting 5 in that unit. Alright, first roll is for this army hitting on 4s. Or, I guess wounding on 4s, because strength 4 against, yeah. So, 2 from there. And then the 5 getting hit here on 4s. Alright, 4 6-up saves. 2 from each unit passes. Now the Wraith Lord is going to fire his Star Cannon. 36 range, Strength 6, AP 2, Heavy 3. Into the Warlord. That's less than 6 inches away. Out of pure spite. Alright, so it's 3s to hit. All of them hit. And then 2s to wound. Because Strength 6 can afford. Yes, 2s to hit. 2. And since it is AP2, he does not get his save, so he's down to 1 wound. He just took a Star Cannon to the face and just grinned his toothy, orky smile. The Farseer is going to yeet his Singing Spear into the War Boss. Blitz skill 5, so hitting on 2s. Alright. And according to this, the Singing Spear has a profile below. And regardless of toughness, it automatically wounds on a 2+. So on a 2-up, it takes a wound. Yeah. It has no AP, so it does get a save at 6-up. And he's gone. At the end of the shooting phase, these 2 units will need to take a leadership test because they are below. This one's below half strength, and this one's lost more than 25%. So 7 minus 1 equals numbers. They're fine. Actually, no. -1, 6. They're running. How far? 4 inches? Does that go off the tape? Yes, it does. They are running away. They're gone. Actually, no, they're not. They're orcs. They can re-roll it. Oh, that's true. They re-rolled worse. They're gone. This unit will now be doing the same thing. -1 to 7. They're fine. Lovely. Neither the Wraith Lord nor the Farseer are within range to charge, so we're going to move on to Ork's turn 2. At the end of the last turn, where Eldar are winning. 4 points. These guys would have to somehow beat out a Magic Wizard and a Mecha. At the beginning of Ork's turn 2, they're going to simply move up. They're going to ignore the Wraith Lord. Their goal is that Farseer. So they're going to light him up with their sluggers. 6 shots from the sluggers hitting on 5s. Never mind. In that case, they're just going to charge. The Farseer does have a higher initiative, so he will be going first in the combat. He is a wizard, so he only has 1 attack, hitting on 3s. Nothing. Alright, 18 attacks from the boys with their choppers, hitting on 4s. That's a lot. Strength 3 against toughness 3, so 3s to wound. Alright. And the the Farseer has 4-up save on 6 dice. No. Only has 3 rounds. It's gone. With that, at the end of Ork's turn 2, they were able to get into combat with the enemy warlord and beat him to a pulp with their axes. How fun. Now, we all know how it's going to happen. The Wraith Lord is going to move up 6, just out of flamer range. He's going to dump both his flamers and the Star Cannon into this unit. I think we know how this is going to end. So with that, we're ending this video. Or ending this game so far. That being said, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Comment, like, the usual. And tell me who you want to see next, because this is rather fun.
and not really how I played, but still enjoyable. At least I think so. Alright. Thank you for watching. This has been Warhammer 3rd Edition Orcs vs. Eldars, less than 300 points. Bye.